Hey Ping Pals! So today I want to talk a little bit about packing pings. And you might be surprised to hear this, but I'm actually the ping packer around here. And today I was going to pack this little Fiorello the Third. Isn't that a cute, perfect little plant? You can see that there's a flower coming on there. I'll always leave flower buds like that, and I even try to leave flowers on there, and I'll tuck those in to see if they make it. Anyways, one of the things that's most tricky about these is how much soil to leave on there, because they don't have very many roots. Even this super healthy plant has very few live roots. It's gonna drop from the greenhouse roof. And so I want to get as much of the soil off of there as possible, and then also removing these little brown leaves. And I actually am taking the time to pull these little brown leaves off of your pings before I put them in the cup, because sometimes that's where rot will start in. And they're way more likely to rot on the way to you in the dark if they're too wet than they are to get too dry. Even if this got really dry, it would be just fine. In fact, we once got some pings in from Europe years ago, and somehow they got stuck in customs, and they were in there for like over a month. And almost all of them were alive. And the lesson I learned from that, though, is the 2 or 3 that weren't alive were the damp ones. The ones that had really wet paper towels, they didn't make it. But the ones that were really dry did. And we get them, sometimes we have people give their wrong address or whatever. Check those addresses. But sometimes people get the wrong address, and then it comes back to us. And the ones in the nice dry paper towels are just fine. So I have my paper towels here. That's the other really hardest part of the whole thing, is trying to get them at just the right dampness. And so you can see probably there's some wet patches and some dry patches, but it's not all super, super wet, because that would rot them. So when I'm packing these things, I want it to be mostly dry, just wet enough so that it's more pliable. That's like 90% of it. And I don't want the paper towels to dry the plant out. So if they were bone dry, when I put them in there, they would be sucking the moisture out. But being just barely damp, they're mostly just leaving it in there. And that's how I do it. So I get them into the first paper towel, and then I take my second paper towel, and I just put that like there. And then I nestle the little nest right in there, and then I'm just wrapping it all around. And you'd be surprised how many pings I have to do every single day. A ping packer's job is never done.